What's going on, everybody, and welcome back. Today's build video is brought to you by a member of our Discord, Ice. So if you guys haven't checked it out, this is the Can You Craft section where we take your builds and put them to the test. So today we're going to be breaking down the build Ice provided for us, the dim link as well, and a gameplay loop that they were so kind enough to provide on how to make this build extremely viable. After testing, and some of the synergy that we found is actually kind of insane. So I'm really excited to share this one with our very first episode of Can You Craft. So if you want your build featured, feel free to jump into our Discord, leave a dim link, provide some explanation of what we're using, what we should be essentially trying to get out of your build. And of course, if you guys provide a class item, please let me know the role. That makes things extremely helpful. But without further ado, let's break down this build, show you the gameplay loop, provide you with the actual way to do this yourselves with the Discord link down below. And then we'll take this into some negative content to see how well this actually can do. So this does start off on just a pure Arc Hunter subclass featuring the Gathering Storm super. This is the best one and done super, and frankly, it is, you throw your Arc staff, it's a lot of fun. Now we're going with Marksman's Dodge to automatically reload weapons. Then there's Triple Jump. I think this one's probably pretty functional depending on what you guys prefer. Then we're going with Disorienting Blow, a little bit different. Most people do use Combination Blow. So Disorienting Blow will blind the enemy, but also amplify you at the same times, plus give you some bolt charge. Then we're going with Flashbang. Again, this does blind enemies, meaning good for unstoppable champions. Then we're going with Ascension. This is going to be a main bread and butter because it actually synergizes with our exotic weapon, which I didn't realize that it did it this way. So Ice figured it out and it's actually insane. Then we're also going with Flow State. So defeating a jolted target makes us amplified. Remember, we do get that 15% bonus reduction of damage while we are amplified. Plus, when we're amplified, our dodge does recharge more quickly, we're more resilient, etc. Now for the fragments, we're going with Spark of Haste. So while we sprint, we have increased health. And then Spark of Ion. So when we defeat jolted targets, we will have Bolt Charge, which will create an Ionic Trace. Then that just aids into our super regen. Then there's Spark of Shock. So our arc grenades jolt targets. Then there's Spark of Amplitude. So while we're amplified and we defeat targets rapidly, it will create an Orb of Power. And then of course, Spark of Resistance, just to have increased damage reduction while we are surrounded by enemies. So now the main bread and butter here, of course, is going to be our exotic armor paired with our exotic weapon. We're using Gifted Conviction, but not necessarily for the reasons you might be thinking. Of course, activating Ascension, or if you use Tempest Strike, it's going to throw those bounce-of explosive energy, you know, those balls go boom. And it will just help jolt nearby targets, giving you damage resistance. I'm sorry, it's been a while since we created a build. Goodness. Now, we're pairing this with Wolfsbane. Wolfsbane here is actually crazy, specifically with the Attrition Orbs catalyst. This is insane because your Ascension will proc the kill from Wolfsbane, giving you Attrition Orbs. And it also builds into your nanite stacks. So if you guys don't have Wolfsbane, it's extremely easy to get. Feel free to let us know if you guys don't have it. I'd love to help you grind for it, as well as get you the intrinsics and the catalysts and whatnot. And we're also pairing this with Mint Retrograde. We're opting to go with Rewind Rounds and One For All, solely because One For All is extremely easy to proc, and you're getting the same out of it as if you were to use Bait and Switch. Then we're also going with a Mida Mini Tool. Again, Attrition Orbs and Incandescent on this roll. I would use Heal Clip Incandescent if I had it, but these two pair really well together, plus creating orbs is extremely helpful. Now the gameplay loop that we want to be going for here. So first up, we want to have our stats, specifically our weapon, above 100 or as high as we can get it, as well as having an extremely high 100 class stat and trying to get our grenade up to 100 as much as possible. This is what Ice is recommending. Super and health are the next ones that we want to get high as well. I would go super over health, and melee is going to be our least needed because it's not necessarily in terms of actually using this for the build. Then they're recommending 2 Bushidos and 2 Smoke Jumper. I don't have those for my hunter, but that's okay. That's okay. Smoke Jumper is extremely good because if you have a 2-piece set, you get damage reduction every time you pick up an orb. Now for the weapons, like I said, he did use Mint Retrograde, Mida Mini Tool, and Wolfsbane, specifically with Mint and Mida both having an abundant ammo mod on it. So those will create more ammo for your Wolfsbane. The whole thing is using the Wolfsbane. Now for the gameplay loop, while you hold Wolfsbane, we do our Ascension on enemies. It's not only going to proc Attrition Orbs, but it's also going to grant you nanites, like I just mentioned. filling up Wolfsbane basically without using any ammo whatsoever. Now, after we use our Ascension in the air, we do our heavy slam if the enemies aren't dead, while in combat, Wolfsbane will give you a massive damage resistance because of our artifact mod, which we'll go over here shortly, stacking on Gifted Conviction with Amplified plus the Smoke Jumper, as well as another artifact mod, the Iron Lord's Vigor. We'll go over all of that here shortly. And if we're low on heavy, don't be afraid to activate Wolfsbane's special reload, because upon activating it, it will give you 14 free heavy ammo. And when the countdown on Wolfsbane reaches around 1 second or exactly 0, if you switch off of your Wolfsbane, it's going to at least retain a bar of free nanites. If you're doing DPS with Wolfsbane, do not use the basic light, heavy. Instead, keep using light to build up the nanites. Then when the bar is full, do the reload, jump in the air, and as followed, jump light attack while you're in the air, follow up with your heavy attack. The combo fills up your attack faster for nanite tornadoes, but also does more damage with the addition of saving your heavy ammo. As stated previously, when the countdown of Wolfsbane reaches around 1 second, switch off it to retain your nanites, rinse and repeat for damage. If needed, you can switch to other weapons as well. So what that is actually going to look like is, first we'll do the Ascension. So right here, we have nothing going on. We've just been chilling in the firing range. We're going to get our Ascension to proc. Right there, it creates 3 orbs of power. So that procs Ascension, it procs the amplified orbs of power, but it also gave us half of our nanites already. We have our class ability completely back, so now we can just do it again. Create another 3 orbs of power. We have damage resistance, we have amplified, and we almost have our complete nanites full. We'll just get a couple kills, and there it goes. Boom. We used no heavy ammo except to kill those last 2 enemies. We have completely filled our nanite bar, created 6 orbs of power. So the gameplay loop on this is pretty insane. There's 2 more enemies defeated, 3 more orbs of power. I'm going to say ice is pretty solid. So let's break down the rest of the mods and get into this content for you guys. So with the specific artifact mods, some of the ones I mentioned is Iron Lord's Vigor. So while we have a sword, which is our Wolfsbane, will take decreased damage, and rapid final blows grant ammo to the wielder, meaning we're going to have our sword ammo up pretty often. Then there's also Shield Crush. So while we're amplified, our grenade recharges faster and does more damage. Threaded Blast for the strand. So destroying a tangle, it'll just boom, big strand energy. Elemental Coalescence, so defeating a target has the chance to create an element. In this case, it's going to be that Ionic Trace. There's also Elemental Benevolence, so if we grant allies an elemental buff when you're playing a fire team, which is going to be amplified, it'll also give us class ability energy. Refresh Thread, so picking up an elemental pickup matching our subclass element or a tangle while we have Strand Super equipped will grant us energy to our least charged ability. Pack Tactics, so dealing damage with Threadlings increases Threadling damage, and we're going to create that with Threadling Proliferation. Dealing strand weapon ammo damage will create a Threadling. Pairs with Pack Tactics, meaning it does more damage. And then, of course, Flame Fiber and Freeze, so if you want to use a dual Siphon mod, it's just going to be Solar and Strand in one. Of course, Anti-Barrier and Overload Rapid Fire. Then we can take care of Unstoppables with our grenade and the blinding effects that we have from that. Now, again, we weren't able to get our grenade above 100. We have it at 80. We have our class at 106. We have our weapons at 107. Of course, if you have better stats than me, it's just going to make your build even better. Now, for the armor mods that he opted to go with is class, balance tuning, heavy ammo finder, and then a solar Siphon mod. We're probably going to switch this off with a solar strand just because we can. That way we get strand and solar for rapid defeats to create those orbs of power. Then there's the gauntlets, which are going to have a bolstering detonation, 2 of those. So grants class ability energy when we cause damage with our grenade, meaning the whole thing is getting our class ability back as much as we can, using our Ascension, proccing attrition orbs, making the Wolfsbane just even stronger. Then there's firepower, so grenade final blows create orbs of power. For the chest piece, we're going with 2 solar ammo generation mods. So our Might of Mini tool and our Wolfsbane will help us create more ammo, void resistance, or whatever resistance mod to match the activity you're going into. Then for the legs, 2 solar surge mods. So this is just going to make our Wolfsbane and our Might of Mini tool do more damage. Then a recuperation here. So every time we pick up an orb, it replenishes health. Again, balance tuning, class mod on that one. Now for the class item, we're going with Reaper and Powerful Attraction. So we use Reaper. It will, after our next defeat, it's going to create an orb of power. Powerful Attraction will pick up orbs within 12 meters after using our class ability. And then there is a reduced grenade cooldown when we use our class ability for the Bomber mod. So there you have it. There's the full build breakdown for you that ICE recommends. The Discord link, again, the dim link will be listed down below. as well as a full broken down gameplay loop of how to utilize this. But as you see, you just use your Ascension, it procs your nanites, it creates orbs of power. Wolfsbane gets a 2 Solar Surge buff right there, and you just keep doing this. I've had a lot of fun giving this a try, so I hope you guys enjoy it too. Off that, we have our full stacks. We created our tornado, created more orbs of power. I'm impressed. So let's go take this into some negative ultimate content and really show you guys what this can do. Here we are in ultimate Skywatch, which is really perfect because we get Festival of Lost stuff out of it, and we got lucky with combat defeats. Every time I try to do these videos for you guys, I always get precision hits when it's a build that doesn't require precision hits. So let's go ahead and get some stuff procced really quickly. 3 orbs of power right there. And an exotic engram. Got our class ability, class ability's back completely already, but we have to be careful with these because we don't really get ammo until we pick up a crate, which we should be able to get in the next room once that barrier comes into play. So let's go ahead and just keep using our class ability to proc orbs. There we go, there we go. And then we'll use Mida to take care of these little guys. I'm going to try not to collect the hats to make this as accurate as possible for just damage for you guys. Hello. Come back here. Thank you. Jolts him. Okay, perfect. Where's these baddies at? Let's put a blinding nade out there. You know what? We can. So we're going to light, heavy. Oh, hold on. Light, heavy. Okay. It kills them pretty quick. Wolfsbane, I don't know if you guys, if you haven't used it, it's actually pretty fun. Okay, let's go get some more. There's just the ammo. You don't even have to use Wolfsbane that often. All you have to use your class ability. Kills everybody, creates a ton of orbs for you. Which means by the time that you actually go to use your Wolfsbane as damage, you're going to have constant solar weapon boost ×2. Which is going to be really good in the boss room. Because that's mainly where we're going to use Wolfsbane at. Okay, kill that guy. Create some more orbs. There's 3 right there. And then we can create some more off that kill right there. Come back here, guy. Probably want to use Disorienting Blow too, because I haven't used that yet. And we're always having speed boost. I wish it was the hive one so we didn't have to actually kill these guys. Okay, we killed him, so we don't have to worry about the heavy attack. Which we will have some here where we do this and we don't get the kill, so that's when we want to use our heavy attack, according to the gameplay loop that we were given. Use mint a little bit over here just to kill some of the guys that are far away. Where are the Vandals at? Like the snipers. Where are you guys at? Huh? Oh, there they are. Let's throw a grenade to blind them. Create some orbs right there. Perfect. Sorry. I just sneezed. Okay, that's done. We're creating a lot of ionic traces too, which is really, really helpful. Like if we didn't have our super already, which we'll use our super here soon because I want to see how quick I can get it back. Just with all the ads leading into the boss room. And the jolting grenades. And they blind. That's so helpful. I will have to say, I'm excited that we have some new builds to try that you guys have recommended. And this is a pretty fun one. Threadlink Proliferation just took effect right there, which is nice. Another Ionic Trace. And now we just, I guess, play the waiting game. Kill that guy. I don't think I pulled my Wolfsbane out in time for the orb. Perfect. Now we can go over here. We'll probably use a super here pretty soon. Let's kill all these guys. And the heavy attack like it was recommended. Easy. I'll just throw that right there. Perfect. So that, blind those baddies. And he's still blinded. Okay, now we probably shouldn't use our mint. We only have one shot left. So we'll just wait. And we have full nanites too, so that's really helpful. This is going to give us a really good test going into the boss room of its survivability in terms of just like an up close and personal damage with adds and a boss that likes to stomp at us. Okay, come back here. Let's get some more orbs. And our class ability is going to generate pretty fast. Throw that there. It's already back. Another orb. Okay. This will proc some orbs off attrition orbs also, but we got one orb out of that. Okay, so we have about a quarter of our super. And now we're going to go try to get it back before we get into the boss fight. And we have full heavy ammo also, which is very nice. Okay, there's a bunch of orbs right there. Some more heavy. More orbs. And those guys are all blinded. I don't have to worry about that. There we go. 3 orbs off of every ascension is nuts. It just makes the gameplay loop insane. Like, if you're taking this into anything that is extremely ad dense, it's going to be very nice. Create some more. There we go. So that's almost the full super right there. That's pretty close. Let's throw that. So let's go, boom. There's our super, that guy's cooked. So we'll use our super when this guy comes down. And boom, so light, heavy, light, heavy. Come back here. Oh, we skipped the damage gate too. And we have most of our Wolfsbane back also. Let's go get this kill over here. Perfect. And there's that. Alright, so we gotta go light. I missed completely. Switch off nanites, switch back. That should give us... Ooh, that gave us almost completely a full stack. That's crazy. That's maybe because he died in the actual fire right there. But I have to say, like, build pretty solid, Ice. Pretty solid. Thank you for giving us this recommendation. Having constant full solar, just having your surges up all the time. It's really good damage resistance, not just from Amplified, but also because you have Iron Lord's Vigor on as well. Plus the Spark of Resistance. Super solid build. Definitely one that I'm going to keep in my dim as well, so I can use it at any point in time. Anyways, guys, there is the build. Please check it out. Hope you guys enjoy it as much as I did. We're going to try to stream again this weekend. I apologize for the lack of not being up. Had a lot of stuff going on recently. If you're in the Discord, if you've seen the post, you'll know. But as always, everyone, thank you guys so much for the support, for checking out the videos. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like. That's all I ask. But as always, thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you in the next one.